you guys doing? I'm back. I'm going to try to make this kind of quick, and hopefully I can get it out to you guys in a fairly decent time. I know I've mentioned a couple things about radios as far as communication with one of my last videos, and I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on it because I don't know. Sometimes we need another voice to put us in the right direction. Not saying that anyone's not knowledgeable, but for other people that aren't aware that you can buy a radio and communicate long distances, I just wanted to do this pretty much for them, and so that everyone understands that you don't have to spend a crap load of money. Like, you're not blowing as much money as you would on a new cell phone to get a radio. You can get two of them and still have money left over for the cost of a for the cost of one cell phone. You'd probably be able to go to greater ventures though. But I wanted to show you, this is the UV5R Baofeng, and I wanted to show how I use it, or how I've used it camping, so that way it makes a little bit more sense, because when people talk about ham radio, sometimes they think about the older guys just with antennas on their house, and a lot of people get the misconception of it, and I'm going to try to help you understand a little bit more in it. Now, I do have two of these, but I usually keep one with me just in case, because I usually have it programmed to the national weather station, so that way in case there's a storm or any type of situation, usually any type of emergencies, that gets broadcast on there a lot quicker than you hitting the news, or if you don't have internet, you at least be able to have some type of form of communication. Now, how I used it camping was actually with these type of radios, which you might have seen in one of my videos where I got them from, I don't know if it was Salvation Army. I'm going to be using just the one, that's why it doesn't have a back, but I'm going to be using the one for demonstration purposes today. But I think I got this for, I know it was less than $10, I'm pretty sure. But you can get radios like this for family. They're usually in a camping or hunting section in like Walmart or stuff like that. And it's just easy ways for family to communicate if you're out and about and you have no cell phone service, which is why it's very important. Now, to use a ham radio, yes, you do need to have a ham radio license, but that depends on what frequencies that you happen to be using. Now, a radio like this from Walmart, you can pretty much use them on the family radio frequencies, FRS, and there are 1 through 14 that you can use, and I don't want to go through the limitations of power and stuff like that, but you could tune up to channel 14 on your radio, and you're not going to get in trouble because it's not pushing power where it will cause any type of issues. Some people will debate on that, but I'm just trying to give you the brief rundown, just so you can understand. And I have some links for some books, and we'll get into that in a second. But the way I used it, I had my radio. The kids had the other two of these, and my girlfriend and I were usually always together. The kids would go off hiking, or they'll go to the store, or whatever it was, while we were camping. So when we needed them back, even though the range on these radios, they say up to 2 miles, it's not really that, it may be that far, it might not be, depending on if you have anything in your way. If you're on top of a building and you're broadcasting to someone else on top of a building, you have no interference. But if you're in a wooded area, trees and everything else are going to block it, so that's going to cut that communication distance down. And sorry for talking so fast, but I want to make this quick for you guys. So what I used to do, the kids used to call, and we'll tune to the same channel, make sure the radios are working. It's time to come home. On my way. And that's how we used to use it. Now I'm just going to turn this off here. I'm going to keep this one on. Now, like I said, when I use it, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit here, because I do have quite a few other frequencies that I have programmed in here, and I'll see if I can put the link up. I also have the repeaters, and a repeater is pretty much kind of resembles a cell phone tower, but sometimes they're built close. But what they do is when you're communicating, you can actually communicate to the tower, get date and time. You can communicate with other ham operators, relay information. It's just another relay junction for your communication to go through, pretty much. Just give me one second. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. I don't know. It's one of those days. But this is the NOAA. I'm going to turn this down, and I'm going to actually try to zoom in so you can see what it looks like. See if this turns it on. See, I have it broken down there. It says NOAA on top, and on the bottom I have the GPRS channel, so I don't know if you can see that here. But now this is kind of what it would look like once you program it using the software. I have the weather channel on top and other radio channels on bottom. I could actually switch from top to bottom via the AB button right here, just so you have some type of understanding. Maybe I'll go into that one day, but I just want to give you the brief rundown real quick so it kind of makes sense if you see something like this, and they have so many different models, so it might vary with what you have. This is how it looks and sounds like. You can swap everything out. If this wasn't broadcasting, I'll be able to swap it down here. But if I bring that down, change the channel to 0, if anything was being broadcast on this channel, I can hit this button and jump that arrow down, so I can listen to 2 channels. So if you have, for example, you have the kids on one radio frequency and one on another, you could set these to both of them. So when one broadcasts to you and say, "Hey mom, I'm going to the store," this one will light up if they're on that channel. And then if your son happens to end up broadcasting and say, "Hey mom, I'm going here," this one would light up, and that's where that arrow would jump to, just so you have some type of understanding of how some of it works, if that makes sense. Hopefully I do. Now, I'm including a couple links down here in the description, just so you can, I don't know, if you want to just reference some things that you already know. There is the ARRL.org organization. I believe it stands for the American Relay Radio League. American Radio and Relay League, I believe. They're one of the biggest ham organizations, or the ham organization. Everyone that's a ham operator will be well aware who they are. I'm actually including the link for their website, and the first thing that you're gonna click on when you click on the link, it's gonna bring you right to the what is ham radio. So you have a breakdown and some type of understanding. I mean, you can get your license and never pursue going forward as far as trying to get further into the ham radio, but at least then you'll have an option to be able to use a little bit more frequencies than what the average person would use on their radio in a time of emergency or in a time of crisis, or you'll at least be able to have the understanding of how everything works in case you come across a radio, and you'll be able to do what you have to do. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because if it's a time of unrest, it's probably not going to matter you having a license anyway, but at least you having that knowledge, it's going to aid you. Also, there's a couple links that I'm going to put on here for Amazon. One's the ARRL ham radio license manual. If you have a Kindle, it's cheaper. A lot of us really are going budget to budget. I mean, the book itself is $24. I'm not affiliated. It's not an affiliate link, so don't even worry about that. The Kindle version is $20. If you can't afford something like that, there is I showed it in my other video. There's a PDF book, a small book, and if you have Kindle already through them, the book's free. And if you want the paperback, it's $8. So at least that way, it's a little bit on the cheaper end. And I'm pretty sure if you Googled ham radio instruction or learning, you'll be able to get it cheaper. Another one was $3 for Kindle, $4 for Kindle. So you have some options, and you can go on from there. I just wanted to do this real quick just to show, and then, like I said, hopefully when I'm able to find some testing, I probably have to get in contact with the group in my area. In some cities, you can go to the public library or call the public library or search online. You can go right to a library and test, and they have testing constantly. In my area, being that it's a lot smaller area, usually, if anybody else is in the same situation, if you go on the ARRL website, you can look up testing on the side tabs there, and if you could put in your area, your zip code. If there's no testing available, you can look up for ham radio groups in your area, and they will give you the testing. So that could at least get you in the right direction, once you read up on some of the books, so you have a better understanding of it. So I just wanted to throw this out there. I'm going to try to edit it real quick and throw it up, because I really don't know if I'll be able to actually do any vids. I did this video just to give my mind a little bit of a break, because I have 4 tests in the next 4 days. So I'm just trying to woosah for a little bit. So, all right, I'm going to put this up. I'll speak to you guys later. Hopefully some of my information is at least a little bit value to you. And other than that, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys stay safe and have a nice one. All right?